Yeah, TJ's senior day. What will that be like? You've seen some of those. What would figure you'll be emotional, or what will that be like?
I don't think I'll be very emotional. It'll be a bittersweet moment, though.
Can you just talk about kind of like what it's meant to you? I mean, I know this has been a tough year, but just kind of your whole time at Baylor, what has that meant for you?
It's been pretty fun, to be honest. I mean, most this season it hasn't really gone how we planned it, but that wasn't really the main focus when I came here. It was just to try to build relationships, become a better person, become a better football player.
Does it feel kind of surreal thinking that this will be your last game at Baylor?
Yeah, it does. Because I look back and it just seems like it's a mile away, but it's here.
Yeah, everybody tell you it was going to be like that, like it was going to be a blur, like you know, you were a freshman and now you're have a foot out the door.
Yeah, definitely.
Did they tell you it would be that quick?
Yeah, whenever my freshman year, the seniors definitely told me that.
How much do you want to get a win on your senior day?
I mean, I want to win just as bad as I do now that I did every week. It never changed. A win is a win. It just brings all the morale up. It's an exciting thing to do. And honestly, that would be what we needed to send the seniors out. And then that would be something that we need to jumpstart the people for next season.
Talked about wanting to make an impact. If you could expand on that a little bit, what kind of impact do you hope you left on this program and with these players?
I would hope that I left some type of like knowledge and then some type of like work ethic, just to like help the young guys like study. Like I feel like I've rubbed off on a lot of D linemen for sure, and then I usually try to set the example in practice on like work ethic, how to work hard and stuff like that. So I hope that paid off on everybody pretty much.
Aside from maybe the Big 12 title game and the Sugar Bowl, highlights, what are some moments that stick out to you?
Honestly, anytime we're in the locker room, and there's always something that's funny or something fun going on in there. So I feel like just having that like type of camaraderie in the locker room, just to be around the team is one of the most exciting part.
Being a Central Texas kid, do you hold a little bit more pride in playing 30 minutes up the road and having that sort of legacy here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we already have people that already want to come here that where I'm from, so I feel like them seeing me has played like a huge role on them wanting to like exceed and go beyond and become like a better player and move on to the next level and stuff like that.
TJ, you guys did such a good job stopping particularly the run up the middle. What was the difference this last week, and how important will that be against a West Virginia team that really runs the ball well?
I feel like the difference last week was just we were just trusting in ourselves and each other's. We just believed in what we were going to do against the run and executed it. And then we pretty much need that same thing going into for this week because we know West Virginia's primary run team. They may run the ball 50 times out of 60. So we're going to need that same type of execution, that same type of energy to the ball.
Is their running style different, or do they run different stuff than what TCU did?
Yes.
Coach said, or somebody said, maybe a lot of counters?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of down, counter, stuff like that, power read. It's very similar to Iowa State's offense.
Rick, I guess, you know, obviously been a tough year, but what did that mean to you, setting the record? I mean, when you think about some of the tight ends, I mean, you've been coming through here, you set the single season record.
Yeah, it means a lot. I know there's been a lot of great guys like Ken Hodges himself. To hold the record for 60 years is hard to do. So, I mean, a lot of great guys like Ben come through and kind of led the way. But, I mean, I know the season's not going as well as we've hoped, but, I mean, there's definitely means a lot to kind of be a bright spot in kind of the midst of it all. And I just thank God, honestly, for just allowing me to go out there and do what I can to help this team. So, yeah.
For you especially, how the season ended last year, getting carted off the field in Lubbock, now to have this type of season, I mean, how much more does that make it worth it or add some feeling to it?
Yeah, you know, this is what I worked for all offseason. Just through rehab, just trying to get back to where I was and then continue to build on it. I know before I got hurt, I was kind of trending up and playing pretty good ball. So I think just to be able to come back and kind of pick up where I left off and continue to get better each week, it's big for me. It means a lot. I'm just grateful for my teammates and everyone and my coaches that have helped me kind of develop and become a better player this year.
They used you a lot more this year, seems like anyway, as almost like a wideout, another wideout, clearing you out, running deep routes. Was that kind of something you saw coming this year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just whatever. I mean, going into the off season, I tried to work on my receiving ability, kind of getting out in space more, and I think Coach Grimes recognized that and gave me more opportunities to go out and make a difference for this off season. So I'm grateful for him and his scheme and his play calls, and just whether it's blocking or receiving, just being able to help me develop as a complete tight end.
Coach said this was your best game. Coach Aranda said this was your best game at Baylor in terms of everything, receiving, blocking. Did you feel that way coming out of that game?
Yeah, I did. I mean, just this year I've had a lot of success receiving, but I think one thing I've been trying to just continue to work on each week is my blocking. So I feel like this week was definitely I was able to kind of put everything all together, and I graded out really well, and it definitely showed up on Saturday. So I'm just grateful for just my coaches continuing to push me to be the best version I can be.
How much did you have to get into Coach Grimes' ear to be the recipient on these trick plays? Because it seems like the last three that have had a level of success have been designed to be passed to you.
I mean, I guess just kind of our relationship and the trust and faith he has in me. He recognizes my ability and just gives me the opportunity to go make a play. And thank God I'm just able to go make those plays and kind of put our team in a good position. But yeah, I'm glad to have a coach on my side that trusts me to go out there and do what I can do.
Yeah, I guess on that one play, it was supposed to be a reverse to you pass, I guess, again, like you did that one game. Were you, I guess, looking forward to having that chance again, I guess? Yeah,
I definitely wanted to get that redemption, but I think it just shows that, I mean, Coach Grimes, the trust he has in me to be in that situation on the fourth down and try to make something happen. And obviously, it didn't go the way we wanted, but I think just the confidence he has in this group of guys and his players is way strong. So.
Obviously, this is, Thanksgiving week, it's Thanksgiving break, it is your last week for this season, but is there any kind of, soaking it in all together, stuff going on, just to try to cherish this last week?
Yeah, I think it being Thanksgiving, I'm just grateful to be here, honestly. I know, talked about my injury, I look back at last year and I wasn't even out here on the field, couldn't even walk, so just being able to just be out there with the guys for this last week of the season, just trying to cherish these moments. And even though it hasn't gone the way we wanted, we still got one more opportunity to go out and win this game. So, yeah.
I feel like there's not many collegiate teams at this point in the season that have tight ends that make up for as much of a percentage of yards and touchdowns as you guys do. What kind of pride have you taken in that room and being the leaders in that receiving category?
I think just whatever we're required to do, whether it's receiving or blocking, I think we all have the capability to do it. And I think when you're unselfless and kind of, my main focus is try to see how I can get better in the run game and make blocks for my teammates. And I feel like the game kind of comes to you in a way and just opens up, and just trusting the quarterback and the O-line and the play caller to put you in the right position to make those plays. That's how that happens. But I think just going out and just doing the dirty work or the things that people don't notice will ultimately open up all the yards and receptions. So I'm just grateful for that.
Can this be a springboard for next year, just to get a win and maybe get a little momentum going to the off season?
Yeah, for sure. I think a win is huge, just to know that all the hard work wasn't for anything. We're still fighting, we're still battling, clawing. It's hard, just going out there, doing whatever we can Saturday to get that win. I think it definitely will propel us into next year and kind of just not fix everything, but just make it not kind of fixing the mood, a little more positive ending to the season. Yeah.
You talk about next year, or have you already made that decision? I mean, I guess you have a year of eligibility left.
Yeah, I mean, I have a year, but I'm kind of waiting until after the season to decide what I'm going to do. So that's kind of still up in the air, but I just want to just focus on just being the best version of myself and finishing the season on a strong note.